Hello, I'm Craig Birnbach, and welcome to Yes TV, your periodic look at news and information from around Evergreen Public Schools. We want to begin by thanking the voters of Vancouver and Clark County who have just approved a replacement maintenance and operations levy and a new technology levy. The replacement levy will fund roughly 80 teaching positions, safety and security staff, paraeducators, and classroom aides, and it will support arts and sports programs and extracurricular activities that enrich student lives. From our award-winning music and theater programs to our many boys and girls sports teams and extracurricular clubs. The technology levy will be used to keep student laptops and other devices current, for digital curriculum, and to enhance our security technology and network infrastructure. And for supporting these important programs, once again, we say thank you. That technology levy will allow us to continue using technology as a tool for learning in our classrooms. We want to show you how students in 2 of our schools are using their tech know-how to help fellow students, teachers, and our wider school community. When a Chromebook locks up at Cascade Middle School, they're not afraid.
Kids don't have any fear when it comes to the technology.
When an assignment is due and a login is failing, they'll be there.
It takes a lot of your class time, so you have to be really speedy with it.
If a teacher can't connect a projector, they've got the answer.
I can solve it, they can't.
And don't worry, they won't rub it in too much.
Kind of feel a little bit smarter.
And when it's all over, these Cascade Cougars know how to celebrate.
Definitely a sense of accomplishment, we were like, yes!
Meet the Cascade Tech Team.
Julius, you're a tech team guy, right? Yeah. Could you please help Autumn?
When these super tech superheroes hear the call for tech support, they come flying in to solve the problem.
Just gotta go to forgot your login password right down there.
Like new students that come in, they get stuck in a thing called limbo sometimes, where some of their authorizations doesn't go through all the way, so you have to help them out with that.
Having a student-based IT team was the brainchild of Cascade Middle School librarian Michelle Annette. Annette saw a need and an opportunity for students to learn, teach, and grow.
When our school went from having 90 Chromebooks for the entire school to 960, it dramatically changed our job here in the library. Between me and my assistant, we just couldn't keep up with all the tech support that teachers and students needed. So I tried to come up with something where we could share that responsibility and empower the kids.
Thanks to Evergreen Public Schools' commitment to technology, each middle school student now has their own Chromebook. But with technology comes technical difficulties. Difficulties that the 100 or so members of the Cascade Tech Team are trained to deal with, so teachers don't have to.
My teacher said, she said, maybe you might be good with this because in the classroom I was helping a lot of people so they didn't have to go to the library.
Members of the tech team meet monthly for training sessions where they don't just learn how to fix problems.
At our last tech team meeting that I was at, we learned how to use this thing called WeVideo, which is where you can make a video for a project for your assignment at school. So yeah, that's really cool.
Getting an up-close and personal look at new programs and technology isn't just helping the kids with their current schoolwork. It's helping them think about their future in the workforce.
8th grade was offered these career things on Excello, and apparently one of my job choices was special effects technician, so I guess I'm heading that way.
The tech team is also gaining confidence in their abilities and getting a first-hand look at what it feels like to help others.
And then you put in the new password. Okay.
It's really amazing to be on the tech team because I get to help other people.
It feels a good sensation that you're giving back to the school and the technical community.
For much of Elton Richardson's life, he was a teacher.
Where did you teach?
I taught in Camas, but this is my 38th year of retirement.
Wow. But now, at 91 years of age, he's more than happy to learn from somebody 1/5 his age.
91-year-old guy doesn't know, and these kids do.
Richardson's tech lesson on how to use his tablet It comes courtesy of a Union High School student.
I've learned a lot of skills, and now it's more to the point where I'm passing them on. So I personally enjoy it.
This is all part of Evergreen Public Schools' Techie Boot Camp program that brings students from the district to places like Vancouver's Touchmark at Fairway Village Retirement Community to teach the residents about technology.
I do like being the teacher because it makes me feel like I'm helping them out, and I guess teachers feel that way sometimes, like you're just helping someone out with something they're struggling with, and it just feels good when at the end of the day they finally understand.
I'm helping an older couple learn how to use their iPad to be able to download movies and FaceTime with their kids and stuff like that, to be able to kind of contact their family more easily.
The Techie Boot Camp program began about 5 years ago, and EPS does multiple ones throughout the school year. Today's teachers come courtesy of Union High School's robotics team, who came here last year and couldn't wait to come back.
When we went last year for the first time, they were a little intimidated by the idea of coming, and then once they had been here, they had such an amazing time. They loved talking to the residents. They loved seeing what some of their questions and setbacks were with technology and how they were able to help them with it, because they weren't sure.
It is amazing. I'm very happy and appreciate all of their knowledge and skills and the willingness to come down and help us, because that is a big problem in a senior center like this, is we get these gadgets and don't know what they do.
While the primary goal of this mobile classroom is to have the students teach the residents, there's no doubt that for the students, this is an amazing opportunity to learn from others and about themselves.
It wasn't just about teaching technology. It also helped me gave me the confidence to talk to people, and also teaching about technology.
There's another amazing byproduct of Techie Boot Camp that has nothing to do with helping anyone connect to the internet and connect to the cloud. As a matter of fact, it has no connection to technology at all. This is about a connection that's existed long before even Elton Richardson was in the classroom. It's the connection of one human to another.
It just makes me feel more powerful with just all of the knowledge that they have, and also being able to connect, because I know they probably also don't get to interact with a lot of people at my age, so being able to connect those age gaps I feel like is really, really cool.
Nice to see some good kids who are doing nice things.
Technology in our schools is also helping students at Mountain View and Heritage High School share their ideas for building the school of the future. They're sharing ideas for the design elements they'd like to see in the new schools being planned as part of the Envision Evergreen Facilities Bond.
As architects work on designs for 11 new or rebuilt schools as part of the Envision Evergreen Facilities Bond, students and teachers are using it as a learning opportunity.
So that's the front of the building, and this is the back of the building. We have tons and tons of windows to make sure natural light comes in.
As part of a design competition, students in our career and technical education architecture classes are sharing their design concepts for the school of the future, designs that would improve their current schools.
And so what we notice about our school right now is it's really closed off. It's really we specifically, our class is in a class with no windows, and so one of the things we really wanted to incorporate was a lot of natural light.
Our group created a learning center for all, or the Hive building, and our concept was to create a building that had unification and really excelled at making everyone together, while also focusing on the individual learning styles that exist and allowing everyone to excel in their different ways.
The design competition is a blend of project-based learning, career and life skills, and using technology as a tool for learning.
Well, this project was a great example of how to integrate technology, where you're not designing the project around technology, but you're really using it to complete and enhance the experience. So kids had to use AutoCAD and SketchUp, so that was new learning for them, that they had to practice through trial and error and learn through use the computers that we have. They had to use a video editing software to create their videos and slideshows. They had to use Google Suite products to create their slide decks. Just all sorts of things that just naturally fused into the project, which is what we want to do with technology.
The career and technical ed teachers say design programs like SketchUp help students bring their learning to life.
It gives them a better understanding what their space would look like. Some of us have ability to see three-dimensionally and can actually kind of envision the building. Many students and other people don't. And so the SketchUp is a very easy program to learn, and it really brings forth what they imagined.
It's amazing how much they can just pick up. And then a lot of things that we're not able to teach within the semester one-on-one, but they're able to pick that up and they just explore. They have the ability to see what the software can do, and they do amazing work.
And as their designs took shape, these students learned some of the things they'll need in the working world, like technology skills, teamwork, and problem solving.
The most difficult part was taking all of our ideas and putting it together into one thing, all something we can agree on without going too far from our central idea of what we want to do.
I think that I've always been interested in design and architecture, and I've noticed that a lot of careers begin with an architecture degree, so it's really important that you learn the basics going on into different careers.
3 teams from Evergreen Public Schools, including all of the students we interviewed, were selected to compete in the next phase of the School's Next competition.
Do you guys have any questions?
We're only a couple of years away from the first of several new schools that will be built as part of our facilities bond. Our Executive Director of Facilities, Sue Steinbrenner, recently came into our studio to take us on a guided tour of a new elementary school prototype.
I'm excited to be here today to kind of present our first 3 projects that'll be going out to bid here in April and May, the elementary school prototype. So what we have is a fly-through of the prototypical elementary school. You got to keep in mind that this is still a work in progress, and some of the things that you see like colors and finishes haven't been completely worked through yet. But this gives you a nice walkthrough of the building to kind of show some of the features that we've been working on over the last year. So this is approaching the main entrance of the building. To the left, you'll see the gym and Family Resource Center. We wanted those to be focal points up front and center. The gym we've isolated from the rest of the building for after-hour events for the community, so we can have events in there without opening up the rest of the school. What you see here is approaching the front entrance and the secure vestibule, kind of walking into the heart of the building, which is the Commons. That was intentional to create wonder and curiosity as kids are kind of looking in rather than having it be down a corridor. So here you can see all the natural light coming in through the Commons, through the Media Center. Natural light is so conducive to creating a learning environment that it gives kids energy. And of course, when we have projection in the classroom and technology, there's blinds to be able to make sure you can see the screen and all of that. So what you're seeing now is the learning stair, and that was a real focal element for personalized learning. We're approaching the Media Center here now, opened, again, part of the heart of the building. The feedback as we were working through the design process was kids are only going to the Media Center during their time in the Media Center. We really wanted it to be a focal point of the classroom wing. As we were planning the bond, learned that a lot of kids are coming to school now with sensory issues that we haven't seen ever before. And I'm not sure what's driving that, but we heard loud and clear through a lot of our constituents that kids really need a place to kind of be out of the mainstream but still be part of the environment. So we wanted to create spaces like that where they can kind of pull out and still be part of the room, but not necessarily out in the middle of it. Turning here to the right, this is the Learning Street, and that's all classrooms. You see those large glass sliding doors. The classrooms will open out to the Learning Street so that kids can have breakout sessions out there. The furniture is all flexible. We're not doing any built-in casework, and that's based on a 6-month furniture pilot that we did. Allows people flexibility and ability to move furniture around to kind of control their own work environment, and kids can actually move the furniture. We have 2 courtyards on the exterior. Both of them are gated, so for safety and security, we want to make sure that our students are safe. The courtyards will have garden boxes, interactive downspout and water features, so that the building really is the third teacher, kind of showing them where the water goes when it comes off the roof. Younger kids may be just kind of counting the number of raindrops that may fall on the roof, but the older kids can actually put a cup in it and calculate volume and water speed, and really, have design elements in the building that show kids how our environment works. So the first 3 schools out of the chute are Sifton Elementary, which will be replaced on site, the new Image, which will go down the street from Image, and then we have a brand new Elementary 22. We will also use the same footprint for Burton, Marion, and Ellsworth. So the prototype is a cost savings up front from the design perspective, but that's just a drop in the bucket. Where we really save over the long run is the ease of maintenance and having consistent mechanical, electrical systems.
Students at Chehalia Middle School recently set aside several hours of their school day to learn some valuable lessons about making a positive impact on their community. Helping teach the lesson was a local man who wanted to share the story of one small act of kindness and the impact it had on him.
This assembly for 8th graders at Chehalia Middle School begins with an interesting request. The presenters ask the hundreds of students assembled in the gym to untie and then retie their shoes. Before he walked to the front of the crowd to explain, I asked Principal Greg Brown what it was all about.
What we're trying to do is make sure that students are aware of how important their small acts of kindness can have a larger ripple effect in the school and in the community.
And the story he then told students and staff about one small act of kindness is worth hearing in its entirety.
Our 7th grade orchestra actually performed at the mall a couple weeks before we let out for winter break. The day after they performed at the mall, I received this email from a community member. It says, "Hey, sorry to bother you. I know you don't know me. My name is Thomas. I'm 29 years old and am developmentally delayed. Yesterday I was at the mall and somebody untied my shoes just because I have special needs. I was watching your orchestra perform, and at the end, 2 of your boys approached me asking if everything was okay. I told them what happened and that I had been on the phone for about 30 minutes trying to get help. The first boy knelt down and dealt with my laces, while the other boy told me that people are jerks and that I am important. Greg, those 2 have inspired me in ways that you don't know. I wanted to let you know about this and how awesome your kids are." Thomas, could you come out here and join me really quick? So this is my new friend, and really our new friend at Chehalia. This is Thomas, okay? This is the gentleman that wrote me that email. And I wanted you to know how important you are, not only to me, but to everybody in this gym today, okay?
Those 7th grade students and Thomas were able to meet again face-to-face at this day-long series of seminars to help teach students about creating a culture of empathy and kindness at their schools.
It's a good thing to do. It's the best choice. And I have a lot of empathy. Yeah, so it felt really good to know I helped somebody.
And with Thomas's story as a backdrop, student leaders from Union and Mountain View High Schools, with the help of the Association of Washington Student Leaders, guided Chehalis students through a series of exercises. The exercises are designed to show that acts of kindness don't have to be grandiose, but with each one, they'll help create the kinds of schools and communities we all want to live in.
Honestly, that making a difference in the world or your school or in your life is really just starting small. I think that we oversell things and make things so big all the time that really it's about just baby steps. Small things add up to make a huge difference.
Bryn Wolvert is a student leader at Union High School and said she wanted to share with these 8th graders that kindness can help them meet new and interesting people as they move into high schools with many more students.
Kind of hard in a really large school, and that's kind of a problem, and the point of it is it's hard to connect with people. Like, it's really easy to stay in your little group or clique or however you want to say it, but what we're trying to do is just get more people to connect, because it's awkward to go and meet new people and all that stuff. So, but it's when you break the ice, it's nice.
And that's the message Thomas says he was also compelled to share, that showing empathy and kindness really matters.
The reason why I wanted to write the principal was because I felt like it was important for the principal here to know what his students did and how much it impacted me.
Finally from us, a hidden camera surprise for a teacher from Marion Elementary School. 2nd grade teacher Cheryl Bourne was named Teacher of the Month by radio station K103. Now, we arrived just before the surprise announcement to set up a couple of cameras, and Principal Matt Hill, well, he explained the pretext for getting Cheryl down to the main office for the secret surprise.
I need medical advice on some information that I got about a student. Perfect. So that's what she thinks she's coming here for. All right. You can leave it open. Okay, Cheryl, I have this medical question I need to ask you.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sure that I'm interrupting, but Cheryl, the reason I'm on the phone, my name is Susan Reynolds, and I'm calling from K103 Radio.
Okay.
Here in Portland. Maybe you've heard of us?
Yes.
Okay. And maybe you've heard about the honor roll program that we have, where parents and colleagues can nominate a teacher that they feel has been a great impact on the students' lives. And so maybe by now you figured out that, yay, guess what? You are our December award recipient for the K103. You're excited, and I'm excited for you. So now I feel like a game show host. Let me tell you what you've won. So you have won a really beautiful award, which we are going to present to you in a few weeks. You've also won a $500 gift card that Concordia University, our partner in this program, has generated. So they will give you this gift card that you can use to buy school supplies. And because we know that teachers often spend their own money on school supplies, and that's horrible, but we're going to try to make it a little better for you. They also are going to give you a continuing education scholarship so you can take a class at Concordia. And because you are so honored, we're also going to give your school, via our friends at CTL, we're going to give you a $2,500 technology grant. Yay! So the school can buy some laptops or tablets or, Chromebooks, Chrome boxes, etc. And then just to make it a little nicer, we're going to bring over some lunch for you, too. So that is your honor, and we are so pleased to present it to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, you're very welcome. We couldn't be more pleased to present you this award.
You know what? Thank you, and thank you for honoring our school. It's a lovely place.
Cheryl is absolutely amazing. She does an art club
no student is ever denied. So this year she served or did art with 151 kids in our gym. It's organized chaos at its finest. She has 20 to 25 parent volunteers and all these kids doing amazing art. She's a lovely teacher, wears her heart on her sleeves, always does the best for kids, and has that in mind at all times.
Now that's it for this episode of Yes TV. Thanks for watching. Here's a look at how you can keep up to date with Evergreen Public Schools on social media. Check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/EvergreenPS. Follow us on Twitter at EvergreenPS. Our Instagram account is evergreen_public_schools. And check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/EvergreenSchools.